What's up, Vault Dwellers? It's Top Ranking Noob, and I'm back at it again with another helpful video for Fallout 76. And hey, if you guys want to check out some really cool Fallout 76 gear, make sure you head on over to U4GM. I'm going to be putting a link down in the description along with the coupon code that's going to save you 5%. Yesterday, I shot a video showing you guys all the benefits of the Blackwater mines, and I got a lot of questions in regards to the weapon that I was using. I figured that's a perfect excuse to 1, show off my weapon, and 2, show you the build that I use for shotguns. I hope you guys find this video useful, and if you do, smash that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you hit that bell, you'll be the first to be notified anytime I have new uploads. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So here you can take a look at my shotgun. It's a pump-action shotgun. But it's not just a pump-action shotgun, it's actually a 2-shot hardened pump-action explosion. What 2-shot means is, of course, it's going to fire 2 bullets at one time. Aside from that, it also has the explosive perk, so bullets explode on impact. So my build is based around not just a shotgun, but also explosive weapons. Here, if you take a look, it's doing 1,184 damage. Which isn't necessarily record-breaking, but it's still pretty impressive. Now, I use this weapon 90% of the time. Whenever I'm going after the Queen, for example, I actually switch to a heavy weapon, which is a prime weapon. I don't keep my shotgun primed because it's my everyday wandering around the wasteland weapon. So here inside my build, you can see that I have 12 perk points spent in strength. Now 12 was enough for me. I wanted to diversify my points and just have a relatively diverse character. The reason why I focused on strength, though, is it has a lot of benefits. One, of course, it's where all the shotgun perk cards are. Not all of them, but the important ones. But also it gives me the ability to switch from my shotgun to more of a melee-focused weapon or even a heavy weapon. So I have that diversity in my character. And strength also adds to carry weight, so that's just a little cherry on top. The first perk card that I keep equipped most of the time, as long as I'm using my shotgun, of course, is going to be Shotgunner. I got 3 points spent in that, along with 3 points spent in Expert Shotgunner, and 3 points spent in Master Shotgunner. Each of these perk cards, if they're leveled up to level 3, are going to give me 20% extra damage on my shotgun. So all 3 of them combined, it's an extra 60% damage. That adds up really quick. As I mentioned, the strength, the other 3 points, they're going to change a lot depending on what I'm using as my secondary weapon. I use my melee quite a bit as a backup weapon because if you have an explosive weapon, like an explosive shotgun, if enemies get on you, like right in front of you, and you shoot, you're going to kill yourself in the process. So I like to have a melee backup. In this case, I'm just spending 3 points in Slugger. Now, if I'm going inside a building and I want to do mostly melee to prevent myself from blowing myself up, I'll actually switch it out to where I got all 3 perk cards in a melee build. Just like if I'm going to go fight the Queen, I'll actually switch all of those perk cards to where I'm having a heavy gunner build. So the strength gives me a lot of diversity. Now, as we move on to Perception, you're going to see I got 5 points spent in Perception. And what I'm using most of the time when I have my explosive weapons is I have Grenadier. And this is going to make my area of effect for the explosive twice as big. So this is really going to be helpful if you're fighting a large group of mobs. Aside from that, I have Skeet Shooter. Now what this is going to do is it's going to increase my accuracy, which is a shotgun. I mean, you don't have to be too accurate. That's kind of the joy of shotguns, is you can be a bad shot. But it also is going to increase my spread. So that spread is going to add, just like the Grenadier, the area of effect for my weapon. Again, it's going to be great for mobs. Now, when it comes to endurance, I got 6 points spent in there, and it changes quite a bit. There's nothing in here that's really going to affect the shotgun build per se. So I really have slow metabolism, and then I got all night long. This just prevents me from getting hungry and thirsty as fast. But again, nothing in here that's going to affect the shotgun build itself, so this is really just a matter of opinion. Same goes for Charisma. In this case, I'm often in Lone Wanderer as well as Travel Agent. None of these are going to have an effect on the shotgun build per se, but I often find myself playing alone. I'll switch this out if I do get into a team. But I almost always have Travel Agent on because we're always fast traveling. This is going to save us 30%. That's going to save us quite a bit in caps. Next, we get into the intelligence, and we're actually back at it to where we're going to have perk cards that do have an effect on our shotgun build. Starting with Demolition Expert. I got 5 points spent in Demolition Expert, and what this is going to do is it's going to cause my explosive damage to be 100% more, so double explosive damage. This is really important if you got an explosive weapon of any kind, whether it's a shotgun, rifle, pistol. This is a must-have card for any explosive weapons. Now, aside from that, I have Gunsmith, also leveled up to rank 5, which I just disequipped. Let's put that back up on there. There we go. And what this does is it prevents my gun from breaking. I do have the ability to, of course, craft better guns, I should say, if I have this equipped as well. But the main reason why I have it equipped is to prevent my gun from breaking nearly as fast. We've all been in that situation when we're in the middle of a fight and our gun breaks and we're like, oh crap. So this is really going to reduce that from happening. It's also going to save me on materials needed in order to repair the weapon, which is just kind of a cherry on top for that as well. Lastly, we have luck, and for luck I have 11 points spent in here. When I first started my character, I had luck maxed out at 15 points. I wanted to be more of a rifle build, and I was going to use a lot of VATS because I have horrible aim. But a lot of the VATS-related perk cards under luck really didn't work out quite as well as I had hoped. And for that reason, I switched over to more of a strength build, which brought me to the shotgun. Nonetheless, I still have 11 points spent in here because you can never have too much luck. The first perk card that I'm going to use is Bloody Mess, and this is just going to give us a flat-out extra 15% damage if we have it leveled up to 3, and that's constant damage on any weapon. It doesn't matter if you're using the shotgun, a melee weapon, anything, an extra 15% damage. So that comes in handy all the time. Aside from that, I go back to Luck of the Draw. This goes back to me not wanting to break my weapon in the middle of combat. So you have a chance of triggering a effect that's going to repair a little bit of your weapon whenever you hit an enemy. Now, it says on level 3 that chance of your weapon will greatly repair itself when hitting an enemy. It doesn't trigger all that often, but it does help quite a bit, at least in my opinion, preventing you from breaking your weapon or having to repair it nearly as often. Aside from that, I do have Mutations. If you don't have Mutations, you're really missing out. So I got Class Freak. And if you have this leveled up to level 3, the negative effects of your mutations are going to be reduced by 75%. And that's a big deal because the negative effects are really kind of what holds you back for wanting to get mutations. I'll show you mutations here in a bit, at least my build as well on those. But aside from that, you want to keep the mutations that you do have, the ones that you like. And for that reason, I have 2 points spent in Starch Genes. This is going to prevent my mutations from disappearing anytime I use like Radaway or go through one of those decontamination arcs. Alright, so I figured rather than just talking about my build, we'll put it to the test and see how well it works. I'm hanging out in the glass cavern here, just because it spawns some bad guys. And if you get to the end of the cavern, there should be a Scorch Beast around here. Now, as I mentioned, this is not a prime weapon, so it's not necessarily Scorch Beast friendly. This guy is nice enough to just chill for us. You can see that I probably could have snuck up on him and probably one-shotted him, but I just started blasting him. And it took me, like, what was that, 3 or 4 shots to kill this guy. So that's the effect of the... Ooh, got some goodies here. That's the effect of my build. Now, there are some perk cards that are shotgun-related that I don't really use. I just don't feel like they're worth the points or the investment to use these. And one of them is Scatter Shot. Now, Scatter Shot's going to make the shotgun weigh less. If you have all 3 points spent in here, it's going to be 90% less weight. And you're going to reload 30% faster. Now, the reload time is tempting, but the weight really doesn't matter to me. I only have one shotgun, and it weighs 14 pounds. 90% is going to drop that, but not by as much as you think, because it only affects the base weight of the shotgun. It's not going to have any effect on the mods that you put on the shotgun. So if I had this activated, my shotgun would still weigh about 4 or 5 pounds. So it's going to be saving me 10 pounds at the most, and that just doesn't seem like it's worth 3 points to me. And when it comes to the reload time, I also have Speed Demon as a mutation, so my reload speed is already faster anyways. So for that reason, I just don't personally feel like this perk card is worth it, though you may feel differently. Another perk card that's specifically for shotgun is called the Enforcer. I tried this one out, but really it just didn't work out so well for me in my opinion. But basically the Enforcer your shotgun gains a 15% stagger chance and a 30% chance to cripple a limb. Now, because I have the explosive effect, I'm already crippling limbs all the time. So if I don't one-shot something, a lot of the time I end up crippling the limb anyways because of the explosive. And again, for the stagger chance, a lot of what I'm killing is going to end up dead within the first couple of shots anyway, so I don't really need them to stagger. And for that reason, again, I just don't feel like the Enforcer is worth the 3 points spent in this particular perk card. Then again, though, you might feel differently. All right, everybody, so that is my build for the 2-shot explosive shotgun. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. Also, down in the comments, tell me about your build or what you would have done differently for my build, because I know my build's not perfect, it's just what works for me, but I'm interested in hearing about your guys' opinions, so let us know. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you all next time.